Welcome friends and traders. We are going to now look at some possibilities of trading the flux lines, the planetary lines on a shorter window. We have been doing this on hourly basis, 60 on 60, 30 on 30, 15 on 15. What that means is when we put this tool on, level 1 Astro vibration tool, from level 1 as a pricing tool, what we are doing is we're creating this grid, price grids. And how do we trade it? This is an NQ chart. Now what we are saying is if you're trading 60-minute chart, separate these by 60, 30 by 30, and 15 by 15, and you can do shorter time frames for ES 6 on 6 or 5 minute by 5. So that gives us the stop loss ratios and whatnot. This is chart of NQ. We want to use the frequencies of 8 on NQ, 44 minutes. We want to use 22 minutes, right? Separation 26, 44, 89. There are 9 numbers, 8 jumps. So now this is the overlay, which means it doesn't interact with the price at all. It just overlays. These are the longitude positions of the astral bodies surrounding us. So it has nothing to do with anything else. This is, and then we are separating out these astral bodies through the harmonics of 8 or 9, right? All right, so 9 has its counterpart, which is hidden 8, so you understand that. All right. So in the prior videos we have spoken on this, is that we on Sunday, remember, the hidden forces control the seen forces. Hidden forces are on Saturday. So Saturday planetary longitude locations control the locations of the vibrations on the upcoming week. It's pretty clear. And you can do this by so many ways. So now the author of J-Waves in our 369 family, I think he was saying, why can't we do something at the shorter time frames for NQ? And here it is. So what we have is, as I said, I can put any time frame I want. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with time. Time is not driving this. It's just an overlay. I can do this on 1 hour, 5 minutes. So we just put it on 5 minutes. But everybody wants to trade 5 minutes. Now in this scenario, why we do 1 hour? Because the big bars, the banking bars, are very visible on 1 hour. So we can use those in the prior videos, automation we have done on this. We showed you that the beams are coming from. So if you go here, www.369forecast.com, you can come here, do the mastery. It will take you to the channel YouTube. You can just directly go there as well. So here we talked about this auto beams. Watch that video and it will tell us. Now these are Saturday beams coming in. We can control the separation. We can automatically, it will control the intersections. Big bars are of interest. This is a big bar, hourly basis, beaming from here, supported here, support becomes resistance right here. Watch that video. We pick all the highs and lows because the big bars are visible easily. Now if we enter the lower time frame domain, we have a challenge because there's so much noisy bars. So what do? We may have to adjust our themes of finding these pivot points. What are we trying to do here? We are interfacing the time boundaries, the time cycles. This is the midnight New York time. binding this circle of time 24 hours, which is 6, which is separation of 8 on a lower time frame. So we have to start, instead of doing it from Saturday, beginning of Saturday, we have to start from beginning of maybe each midnight. And now we have to come with some idea and say, hey, what do we do now? We may have to use prior days highs and lows and the pivots to predict the next pivots. All right, this is a whole week was bullish, but still we get some rotations. And this is NQ chart on 5 minutes. So we have to anchor the beams we are going to project at the beginning. And we talked on Sunday that we look at Sunday open and we go back in the boxes on Saturday, which traps that price and beam it from there. And we can use boxes on the top and the bottom of the, so for example, if this was Sunday open, we go back to the left side and say this is a box here, 3 boxes, and we beam from there, and you can see the video. All right. So we have to start from some midnight opportunity. This is the beginning. From Sunday, and this is Monday. So market is coming here and it makes a high. So what do we do next is the question. Where do we start the beams from? Where do the beams end? One thing we can simply do for sure is to use the beams at the beginning. Always pin it at the beginning. Okay, and then what we're gonna do next is, now this is the beginning. Why this beginning was chosen? This was the first pivot, it came down, so we're gonna beam it from there, no problems. All right, so that is what we are talking about. How do we initiate this new approach in terms of where to start beaming from? Market open here, it went up, it stopped here. Why did it stop here? That's a different question, but it started from here. So what we can do is we can beam from here. And what do we need to beam to is the levels and the price and the intersections. Okay, so that's what we're after. This is all on the same price, same level only, so nothing is going on there. But if you beam it from there, where this box beginning on the top and the bottom, and you beam it to the price, we got that low. All right, and then stop loss will be just one beam. Now if I refresh my chart, you'll see all the lines there, but you got the idea. So from here, same thing. This is the box which trapped this high. This is the box which trapped this beginning. This is the box which trapped the low, right? So we can use all these things to beam. All right. So having established that, we can also use yesterday's highs and lows as we know about it. So now the day opens here. This day was over. The high of this low was here, high was here. So what do? We look back. This is the beginning, and when we beam it, so what we're suggesting is find the high and low of the prior day and beam it forward. So this is just to practice, how to beam it. When I say, hey, this is the high, you go back, this is the beams we're gonna use. One beam above and low. We're just gonna beam it from there. This is where it is. Markets are slanting. All right, so this beam we're gonna use From the top, you're gonna beam it down. Market broke it, retested it, held it. All right. So let's keep going. Now we have learned how to do the projections. Now if you wanted to pick this high and this low, we can do that too, but then we have to open Sunday here. Actually, let's do that. All right, we got the weekend also here. So now this is Sunday open. So Sunday low is here, Sunday high is here, right? Logic is pretty simple. Look at the high and low for that day. Well, it's a short day, but logic is still the same. These are the boxes of interest left to it. The philosophy has not changed. Going from Saturday beams, now we're doing midnight beams on a short time frame. It has to beam from here, and it has to go where the interfaces of the price and the beams are, and you beam it. Why did we choose this box? Obviously, for the reason I just explained. So it broke it, retested it to the tick, and then stop loss is going to be one box here, and then rally. So that is all I could see. Now how about this one? Well, we cannot say anything on this one, but we know that this price is now trapped in this area. It did not close above this. So these are the lines I will beam from, and I will beam this. So now this is the low. I'm moving up. So I will project from the beginning and this intersection at these two lines. So this is the line, got rejected, price is here, we got it pretty close. All right, so this is good, this is good. Now we move forward. Now what happened? It kept going. So market closed here, it opened again after the cash settlement, that making this day's high. Remember, these days are different than the days of the contract. They open at 6, here we open at midnight. So for midnight, this was the high. So we already covered that. Breakout, retest here, precisely. Got that going. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. Continue from the midnight of that day and the pivots we have seen so far, and see what we can project. Now on this day, market open. Now it's moving up and down. So the prior day, I'm gonna use it. So this is the, now for this day, well, this was the low. High, remember, it's making newer and newer highs, so there's nothing to pin on the left side. So if we have to do something, we don't know this is gonna stop here, right? That's what we are trying to find out by beaming from the prior facilities. Can we beam it from there? It opened here, beams from here, can go so many beams. Which beam do I use going up, right? So if I start from the Sunday open right here, because we're going after the midnight of the same day, the low was here, nothing happened. High was here, we got that high, which we missed earlier. So we're getting those lines, with the boxes where it's gonna trap from. Okay. So from this, we got this, we got this, we got this, we got this. From this high, we beamed it, we got this lows. Now market is going only one way, but it got some rotations at the same time, but still the methodology is the question, right? The methodology, is it sticking with us or not? Now this is the high for that day. Obviously it's going one way. So this day high is this day low is this. So I will use the high and low of the day, and just like we're doing this. If I do this high and low, now this is the low. If I project it from there, same day starting point, same day pivot, market is not there, close by, no problems. Okay, what else? So you're gonna use the high, you're gonna use the low. From here we can also use this, as I said, pivots also, but right now we did the high and the low starting from the Saturday, and we beamed it to the high. We beamed it to the low, is coming here. Okay, we beamed it from previous days, so you can see here open was here, beginning going back to the midnight and beaming from there. We got this, so getting all the vibrations as expected. Now keep going. So this day is over. We got this information from that day. That's all we could get out of it, right? Okay, using that same day and same pivot, high and low. Now from this day, now we have this day open here. This low was made, it started from here, and this pivot is made, so we can beam it from these pivots. High is here, then eventual high is here, right? And this was the high for the day because midnight shifted. So I go back in this time, this is my boxes right here, blue and the red. So I'll beam it from the blue one, and beam it through this guy and see what I get. Break, retest. So break, retest. Break, retest is working over and over and over. Same thing, this is the blue on the top. Beam it through this. Intersection of the price, the top of this day is here. Beam it from that. So all these lows on this one-sided market on NQ, even NQ was precisely picked up. So now if you want to go long, we have to obviously use some oscillator. Or there's so many lines here, it will slow down the system. Make sure you have enough horsepower. So when market is coming inside these lines, so this is my box, which is my stop loss. If I'm entering here, stop loss is here, enter here. Either you win or you lose. And then winning is 1 to 3, 1 to 5. Same thing, market is coming inside this. My stop loss entry, depending on my entry, if I entered here, stop loss is right there. If I'm entering short on these beams, based on this logic we talked about. So if the beams are known to us, when it gets there, you have a very structured stop loss. 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5. Now this week has been not rotational, but you're getting rotations. You're getting pullbacks, precision pullbacks. All right, now we are done. We last now this day we got it, right? Got all these pullbacks. The separation here is 26 plus 2 plus 6 is 8. You can do 44 also. All right, so now this day, this is the low for the day, and this is the high for the day. What are we gonna do? Well, now you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the beginning and beam it. Okay, this is the one. We're gonna use this, beam it, and see what happens. Okay, price intersecting with these astral body locations from this starting point, got this up and down. This is the low. You can start from here and start from here. This is the low. This is the box which traps the price. Interface with the price and see if it works or not. This is the one. If I go to the red one, because it never closed below this. So if I have these two lines, what's the problem? Right, where the close happened, it tried to go in, it got rejected. All right, stop loss was here, we took it. Okay, that's fine. So now we know this price is already done for us. So we only have two beams possibilities, which I just drew kind of as unprofessional drawing expert, but you got it right. If I do it properly, these are the only two possibilities. It can come here. Now how about the top? Well, top is hard to pick from the bottom, so this beam is here, right? Okay, so what we can do, we can also beam it from the beginning. We have to just go to the beginning and say, is there anything I can do or not do? This is a new day, this is the day. Okay, so if I want to go with this, now remember we talked about you go to the box, but you can also go one boxes, two boxes up. Who is stopping us? This is our rule, but you better test it out. If anything, this is where we have better separations, we get a better beams, but this is also working at the micro level by adjusting this at the beginning of the day. My friends, this is 5 minutes NQ chart. Alright, so this is the one. If I beam it from there like this, it ends up here. Okay, where is it? It has to move here, right? Intersection. Okay, so it just got that one, right? It got this beam again, going long. Okay, what we can attempt to do, go to the next one and the next one. So now this was the one box, this is second box, the third box, fourth boxes, right? Now if I'm doing it on 26, if I double and double and double, because energy doubles, so this is the first box, second box will be starting from here, and I beam it again and see what happens. So that's how it is doing it. So now if I do it again one more time, remember energy doubles. What that means is, if I'm using this box distance right here, this distance, the next one I want to use is double of that. Next one I want to use is double of that, like this height times 2, this height times 4. Let me explain. Remember, energy doubles. We have been following this logic of energy doubles or halves from the beginning of time. So doubling of that is right here. That's why we use that location. And doubling of that further is going to be you got the idea if I'm doing it properly. So whatever distance you have created, double that, and then from that double that. And we beam it from that same apex, same point. So that's that is how you can do this on a extremely micro levels and still get this scenarios I just explained. Make sure your computer is fast because it is calculating this, right? Now how do we trade this? Same thing, right? If I'm trading here, stop loss is here, takes off. Now if I'm beaming it properly, When it gets to this next beam, right, it bounced from all the beams. Now it's coming to this beam, I can stop losses here. Now this is making all-time highs. Remember that market is making this year's getting close to all-time highs, or already blew up. You can check depending on what you're doing. But anyway, stop loss is here. If you want to give some room, you can be here. And what we're looking for is, this is my one box. So the question of money management is right here, decided by the separation of lines and your ability to control your risk. Entry is here, doubling of that, 1 to 4, right? 1 to 2. This is 1 to 4. So the question of money management comes to what you're trading, how frequently are you trading, and based on that, these lines are giving you precise stop losses, precise entry, and precise targets. Thank you.